Hello, foodies, and welcome back to FUT in Review, episode 691, the second show after the FC 26 early launch. My name is John, and I'll be your host today. And today we'll be discussing a game-breaking glitch, the content, Evos, our rewards to tin currently, what was our best players, and of course, what's the one thing you should practice. And of course, I wouldn't be able to do this show alone. I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the man with the twinkle toes. It's James Toland, aka Orlando77. Welcome back, James.
Good evening, John. Good evening, Homer. Good evening to the audience at home. How are we all?
It's good to have you back on. I can't wait to discuss some certain FC things with you. But like you said, we are also not a duo show today. We are joined by Mr. Blue himself, the man that wears the cap the best of everyone. It's the man with the perfectly blue background as well. It's none other than Graham Homer. Welcome back, Graham.
Thanks for that back, John.
It's good to have you back, mate. All right, FC 26 headlines. I want to know one thing first from you guys, and that is, how many hours have you played so far starting this Friday? Let's start with Graham. Rough estimate, how many hours? We're recording this on a Tuesday night.
I'd say I've probably averaged about an hour and a half each night so far. Maybe 2 hours if possible. So
it's a steady hour, about 8 hours, 10 hours.
Like that.
All right, James, as a full-time content creator, that must be at least double or triple the amount of hours for you, right?
I'm playing it a lot, John. I don't know the exact figure, but I've been playing it quite a lot. It's been decent. It's difficult this year, but it's rewarding, and we'll get there. It's still very early days.
All right, let's start there. We're talking about difficult. What's the difficulty here for you, James?
In terms of defending, to be honest with you, John, if I'm being brutally honest.
You should be brutally honest again, like towards me. I've never said you can't be honest with me. But yeah, defending is more manual. Actually, it is very much manual. And I've seen a lot of complaints about it. And I want to give a shout out to our former head of foot coaching UK, Aaron Glue, who sent me a message today. He says, I'm playing FC. And if you know how to defend, it's actually pretty cool. I hope that you don't change the manual defending. But many people are even moaning now. James, are you moaning or like, I can't handle this? This is actually pretty cool. Which camp are you in?
I'm not bothered by it, John. If it's there, it's there. We'll just get over it. I'm sure over the next month or two, I'll be fine with it. So it's just a learning curve, really. I'm no complaining. It should be a factor for a numerous years. That there was too much AI, and that's me saying that, and I want all the help I can get when I play this game. But it's a good thing, to be honest, and from like attacking point of view as well, knowing that your opponent isn't just going to get bailed out by AI. I like that fact.
Let's jump to Graham. Graham, manual defending. Good, not good? Are you liking it? Are you hating it? How is it going for you?
How's it going? Terrible at times. I was testing your tactic and I showed you that the stats from my tackling was horrific in that game, though I won and they rage quit within 70 minutes. But I'm all for, I think the game should be manual. The less that we're assisted, the better, because there's the amount of players that are getting their hand held through games and then believe that that's fantastic, and then once you start pulling away all the wee assists, you find out that they're not actually that good. It's nice to see them get some humbling, especially a lot of the content creators that seem to think that they're up there with the pros. It's nice to see them eating some humble pie, but struggling. So I've tried changing a bit with the tactical defender. I went back to advanced. That's far better. It's just like James said, it's a learning curve. That we're 5 days into the game and people are complaining. I've seen actually some people saying that there's too much AI defending as well on Reddit and Twitter and everything. So
yeah, I think it's all over
consensus, but just sit back, relax, and try about the settings, see what works, what doesn't work, and just work on your timing. That's probably the biggest thing. I think everybody's so used to the AI perfecting the timing for them. It's just learn it yourself, and once you've mastered it, it'll be a lot better for you.
Yeah, I absolutely love this, guys. I'm I am and I always have been more of a manual defender, anyways. But this is right up my alley. I find it extremely funny that I just pass the ball between two players, and they just try to spam tackle. But once they tackle, they can't recover so fastly. So the moment they miss the tackle, I just walk forwards and basically have a free shot on goal. And it keeps happening and it keeps happening. I'm currently in Div 6. I'm not that high up. But like I won the tournament 3 times now. It happens in the finals. It happens everywhere. People need to get used to it, I think. And yeah, and I think it's also very rewarding. So when are you defending and you hold the jockey button, you walk with them, and you perfectly time that tackle, and also with the PlayStation, you get this good vibration in your hands. I absolutely love it. It's super rewarding, and I think it's definitely an added skill that you need to master to become good at this game. So the fun thing is I'm also scoring a lot of goals. Even if I concede 1 or 2, I can probably get some goals in. I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure I got Isaac. He must have been scoring like 45 goals out of 30 online matches or something already. So it's pretty nuts. I can actually show the statistics on screen as well, I think. But I think it must be something like that. I'll quickly check. But I didn't play squad, but also it's 30 matches played, 49 goals, yeah, and 20 assists. So that's pretty mental in rivals so far. Yeah, I'm loving it. But I think the manual defense, important tips. Shall I give some tips? I think that could be something.
Yeah, I think people need
I think
it.
it's important to select the player that's in front of the ball and the one that's able to like block a direct shot on goal if there was a shot. And even on midfield, you select the player that's in front of the ball. Like if they could take a shot from there, the player in front of that is the player you want to select. Jockey is very important. Also using that shielding button when you get the ball, hold L2, right? Or LT on Xbox. Extremely important. And that goes for possession as well. If you play the ball, don't forget if you hold the LT when you get the ball, you actually shield the ball. It will lose some speed, but you can be able to hold the ball off. And the earlier you do that, the more control you have, but the less speed you have running away from it. It's a perfect system to me. I think it might require a little bit tuning later on, but I'm. This is the first time in a couple of years where I'm actually eager to start playing, and not because it's my job, but because I really want to play the game and master it. It feels refreshing. It feels fun. Yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to exploring it more. Grim, what's been your highlight or to go thing or the one thing you don't like so far?
With the but people struggling with defending, the thing that I've not liked is a lot of people are sitting really deep. So fullbacks are on defend again, centre backs are on defend, two holding midfielders defending. So it's become a bit stagnant as people try to combat their inability to defend as well. So getting into Division 6, I find it really hard to break people down just because they are sitting so far back. But then on the flip side, I'm enjoying how good passing is. Just being able to play quick triangles, passing it around. You're just talking about the shielding with the L trigger. It's great when you've got a good striker. I've got Lautaro Martinez. You hold it, bring it up to him, hold in the L trigger. He'll shield it nice and solid. They'll try to get round you. You play a nice wee pass off to whoever's in your cam. So for me, it's Xavi Simons. Hit L trigger, gets Martinez running again. A wee through ball. The passing in the football is really good.
Is passing too easy so far for you, Grim?
Not too easy because the amount of times that I think that I've got the pass right and then I hit it stray, it's going left or right. It's not going to where I want it, so it's not as easy as I'd like it to be. But again, I don't want a assisted game. I'd rather it be fully manual. But there seems to be the passing's more responsive. It's more crisp. It's just a better game build. It seems everything about it's a bit more positive. So not easy, but it's more enjoyable to play.
Yeah. James, you said it wasn't easy for you either to get started, and especially on defending stuff. Are you very much enjoying it?
It's a new game, John. I always enjoy trying to master a new game, So, it's like I say, it's still early days. You'll probably hear that a lot from me, but I'm still enjoying it. Still trying to get better. And just go forward and try to get promoted as quick as possible and win tournaments. I haven't done the gauntlet yet, but I will get there.
Yeah, Gauntlet isn't there yet, right, Grim?
Not yet. It's one of the many tournaments that are sitting there, just saying upcoming.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
right,
this
okay,
is
so
one
it
of
was
the
the early access tournament then that I was playing, right?
Aye.
Okay, right.
Which I can only play until Thursday evening, I think, actually.
Right.
So that might be worth checking out. The rewards are pretty nice though. Like to get going, I think that's a solid option. Because you won it as well, Graham, right? I saw.
I've won it once, but I've been one of the unlucky people who won it the first time and then hit a glitch where you can't actually get another game. So
That's
I've
what
seen
happened to me.
on
Yeah.
the forum tonight that they supposedly resolved it. So once we come off and dad duties is complete and everything, I'll see if I can get in and try and get my second and third ones sorted. But yeah, I've won it once. It took me a bit, kept getting to the finals and getting beat, but I got there.
That's good performance though. I think it runs actually for a lot of 24 hours when we record this. So Wednesday evening, when this podcast comes out on Thursday morning, I think the tournament's actually done for. So yeah, go play it, James. Now you still can, I think.
Yeah, exactly, John.
I like it. Gonna be a lot of pressure on it, but I think it's good fun because I have no idea how the matchmaking actually is it round based or based on division. I've not been able to figure that one out yet. So I've found out that the level of opposition has been all over the place, but I also find that way in the first couple of weeks with rivals as well. So something I wanted to discuss, guys. I've been pleasantly surprised myself by the way rivals is built up with the checkpoints and safety nets and the fact you can relegate for something. James, your experience in rivals then? The same?
Same, John. That's one of the modes that I've been playing a lot of. That and Rush has been my two main modes that I've been playing a lot. I like the bounties, I have to admit. I haven't got the ones that I've seen online at the 1,000 season points. That'd be nice, just to score a goal. But other than that, yeah, brilliant. It's a great idea. Good stuff.
Graham, any thoughts about rivals from your side now after you've played it?
I like the change. I complained last year that it was stagnant, but it was the same thing week in, week out. So the fact that they've changed it up, your safety net isn't unlimited. You get so many attempts and then you start slipping back down. But the bounties have been in the end of this, and I've seen a few people complain of it. There's one where it says play with an informed player and you'll get a pack. I've done it
Didn't
twice.
work for me.
Done it twice and I've not had the pack. And I've seen a lot of people
Same.
not had the pack either, which is gutting because the only inform I've got is Simeone, the Torino striker, and the French Rennes striker. So putting one of them in sort of weakens my team. So to get it and win the game or just play the game and then not get the reward for weakening yourself is a bit annoying. But
Yeah.
overall, it's been enjoyable. It's just Division 6 has been solid for me so far. I'm getting like 1 win, 2 wins, and then I'm losing one or winning and one and then losing two. So it's like I'm just constantly staying where I am at the moment.
That's all right. Keep grinding. And I think this level, this actually could make you a stronger player. And it's actually how rivals was intended. I think they found a pretty good balance. Have to see it later on in the higher divisions. But so far, I think it's punishing, but not so punishing that if you feel down and lose to, you're already done for the night. And also that if you are getting on a streak, it actually doesn't feel too bad losing that streak either. It's a decent balance. I am a bit worried about some of the small bugs maybe that are in the game. I've had twice that I was playing a match where the goal was certainly shrink to a mini-sized goal.
I've not
I had a
seen
couple
that.
of times. Yeah, I'll show you a picture later on. I might have to introduce that in the thumbnail. I've had twice that those stands where they put the ball on when you walk into the pitch.
Mhm.
That there were a lot of those things on the pitch itself.
Oh, wow.
It's just graphical because you could just play through it, but it looks insanely. It's distracting, so that's annoying. And I have an issue with a bug that keeps me from redeeming my FC Hub rewards. So it shows up, I click redeem, it does redeem, it says, but right after it looks like I haven't redeemed it and I can't access the rewards either. which is sort of frustrating. It's not big rewards, right? But it's like, hey, I did play for them, so I want those rewards. Checked the forums and spoke to Graham before the show started, and apparently I'm definitely not the only one there. But it is kind of frustrating to see because, those things I think could definitely be tested for best. There's all those weird bugs. And talking about bugs, though, there's also something else. It's not even a bug, James, but this morning, let me ask Graham first because he can talk beautifully about this. Graham, what happened this morning? What kind of tweets or messages did you see online?
So Stingray, the pro, put up a post hinting towards the game-breaking glitch that once everybody figured it out, it would ruin the game, and the game was just released, and how this was a catastrophe, basically. Then within about an hour later, without him telling anybody what it was, it started appearing everywhere, Reddit, Twitter, you name it. And then he goes, oh, everybody's found it, acting all surprised and shocked and horrified that people had found out that there was some sort of glitch in the game. So effectively, if you can flick the ball up and do a scissor volley, it lobs the keeper and the keeper can't save it. But thankfully, you said there's a good update here, John.
Yeah, it will get fixed. It was reported Saturday already. I think the annoying thing about this is, that's why I wanted to sort of mention this as well. It was an FC25, it was an FC24, it was an FC23, FIFA 23. It's sort of one of those things that keep popping back up. Basically, do an El Coqueta and you can just lob the ball and it will go in, which is pretty frustrating. Especially since I think goalkeepers are actually sometimes acting like monsters now. They're pretty good. And then it looks really clumsy that they can't stop these balls. I'm really confident it will get bugged. What bugs me more is that it was kept silent during the beta when it was also a thing. I didn't know until Saturday, I think. Someone sent me a message like, have you seen this? And I was like, ew, yep, I did. And then I went to the forums and reported it there because you want to get rid of this ASAP because these are the kind of things, and I've seen it last year as well, that get people like 50 no's on the first weekend or two, and then go boasting about they made Elite One and just made the whole week, like the whole season based upon that. And I applaud people that get 50-0 or any good performances. I definitely do, but not like this. And it brings a bad taste to my mouth that the game starts off this way again, which is pretty frustrating. And probably something they can fix really pretty fast because last year they fixed it, the year before it fixed it. But the thing I can't really believe is why now they didn't test on this because it's something that keeps returning. It's the exact same move, exact same way to do it. So I find that pretty frustrating. What about you, James?
Yeah, I totally agree, John. Yeah, definitely. It should have been fixed a long time ago. But hopefully, with the whole feedback, campaign that EA are running right now, hopefully they'll get this fixed. And like you said, it's reported on Saturday, so hopefully it's resolved as soon as possible, not at Christmas time.
No, I'm going to give them a confidence vote, though, because I've seen a good thing about transparency, talking about rewards this weekend as well, that they said we've got a lot of questions about rewards. This is our take on it. This is our take about the power curve. They actually say when you start the game, you also now have an option, I think, to provide feedback. I saw that somewhere. So, let's see how they handle this. And I hope they acknowledge it really fast. I think that's the most important thing. And that's also why I'm pretty confident actually talking about it on the show, because normally this would be something we wouldn't be like saying out loud because I was afraid people would be doing it after they heard it here. And this year I'm just going to say it and just put the spotlight on it, and hopefully they fix it soon. And let's see how good the transparency mode at EA currently actually is. But so far, so good. And I think it's just a shame this happens, but I'm not too fussed about it, especially since I think the first week, this is the week where all the diehard players play, right?
Exactly, John.
So this week you'll notice, but next week, 90% of the players you might face aren't even bothered watching videos about FIFA or seeing this. So, probably be fine as well. James, what has been your favorite player in the last couple of 4 days, something like that? Did you back anyone beautiful, and did you like her or him?
Highest player I've packed is Bomati. So that was nice. Barcelona.
How surprising! Look at my surprised face.
Yeah, exactly, John. I packed that. Well, it's not the best at the start, but we'll take it.
Not the best at the start.
But it was good to have her. So she's commanding the midfield now.
Golden ball winner, right?
I like her passes and things like that. And then I've got Pajot up front. She's a demon. She's very, very good. So I'm joining the both of them. So it's been good enjoying them, John. And then I believe the objective card that we spoke about in last week's content episode on Friday, what I mentioned her specifically, Naz, she's been a real surprise. So that's decent.
Yeah, just casually throwing out Ballon d'Or winners here. I'll back her. Let's start the game. It's all right.
Oh no,
Best
sorry,
midfielder.
so I'm getting confused. No, it's not the Ballon d'Or winner. It's not Bonmati.
Patelis.
No, it's
Patelis.
it's the other one.
Patry.
Sorry.
Patry, yes. So my apologies. I'm not trying to lead you down the garden path here. It was Patry, not
Graham,
Bonmati.
just saying, this is the same guy that said last week to me, John, I packed Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
didn't.
I need to glue up my women's football knowledge, so I apologise. So yeah, Patry, but she's still good. So 89 rated. She was 90k when I packed her or something. So that was decent. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's good. I really like a player this early on that can pass and actually has some play styles to pass with. So that's a big plus.
Yeah, there's a lot of good female players that are very overlooked, I think. Guerrero has been one of them. And I think there's like Dumorai.
She's had a big rise. But also I think it's because of the game mechanics this year, John, because now left stick dribbling's back. Like the high agile players, small players are back in favour again.
Yeah, really good. And also one player which I think is actually really good, but nobody uses him is Messi. I used him in a draft. A very good representation of that player, I think. He's not fast, but the dribble there is really amazing. Graham, your best pool and favorite player, and can be the same, but doesn't have to be.
Best pool is Rodri.
Look at these guys, still sing out.
That was my first walkout in FC26, Rodri.
So Rodri's been the best one. Alisson and Gabriel as well. I'm not really getting on the best with they two. Best player, I bought Lautaro Martinez and I absolutely love him. He has the new playstyle this year, Game Changer. He has it plus. So we're in the box, he's just pulling out Travellas and all nice wee sort of flicks and tricks to finish the ball off. So he's been really, really deadly for me. So yeah, favourite player.
How much is he getting?
I got him for 19,000, I think.
Cheap beast.
Yeah, there's a lot of cheap beasts. There's also a lot of very expensive players because something that really stands out this year. Like last year, I know after week 1, I bought the icon version of Robin van Persie, of course, the young one, and I bought myself a Haaland to get started. And I think that was a little over 400k in total together. This year, Haaland alone is over 1 million, right? So far, I think. So I think, let me just quickly check before I say something weird. But of course, it's the team of the week player, Haaland, but he's over, he's 1 million 50. And I think Van Persie is also very expensive compared to last year. So the Persie card is 633,000 currently. Last year, I bought him for 117. I actually checked in the first week. So the good players are getting really expensive already. I think there's definitely something there. My best pool has been, I've had 2 good pools. I pulled Isaac, untradeable. Love him. You've seen the stats just now if you're looking at the video or the YouTube show. And I have backed Musiala. Also a terrific cam. Great midfielder. Quite love that card. That's tradable, so I could sell him, but I actually kept him. And my first big purchase has been none other than Virgil van Dijk, which plays different this year. because he feels a little bit slower, although the tackling is insane. So I think that Virgil van Dijk is actually a very good representative of how this game is a bit different on the defending side. So there's nobody getting past you when you time the tackle correctly. They just can't body off the ball. They can't glitch through you. It's just one tackle, it hits, and oh boy, does it hit. But it's also fun. I sprint to the side. I want to chase it. You should not be chasing people with Virgil van Dijk because there's no way you can be able to catch up. So I quite like that different style of playing, but he's not going anywhere because this reduced power curve also makes me want to invest in players and just stick with them for a long while. And I saw some people say you shouldn't buy Virgil yet, or maybe you should wait until next weekend, or it will drop a little bit. But the way I see it is, I buy a Virgil van Dijk. The power curve is not creeping up this year as much as it was last year. He'll be in my team until January at least. I don't care if he rises 100,000, 200,000, or drops the half of the price. I'm not selling him anyways now anymore. He's one of those guys you put in, and that's it. And that's how I'm going to start building my team. Talking about building our teams, though, I'm going to ask Graham first here. Or sorry, James, you had something to say, mate.
Just out of curiosity, maybe for the audience, if is no one here then done the silver stars icons, not started the grind yet for a Grinchka or a Eusebio?
There's someone that actually finished all of them, I think. Graham?
All of them?
Not finished them all just yet. I have.
And you play for
finished,
what,
yeah.
an hour and a half? You play for an hour and a half a night?
See, I play strategically, so I've been trying to make sure that at least I play one game with my main team, one game with a full England team, but then I make sure I had a couple of Portuguese players, so that I could bring them on. I had a couple of Brazilians, threw in a few silvers, so I've managed to get Yashin and I've got Grincha, and I'm probably just a little bit under halfway done for the other two.
Bloody hell, that's brilliant, mate. So how are they?
Yeah, that's.
I've not used them yet,
Oh,
but I know the tournament's coming up, so I want them for this tournament. But I'm not using a wide formation, so obviously there's no place for a Grincha, but I'm not getting on my Allison, so I'm tempted to put in Yashin and see if he'd be any better, especially because he's got far reach.
what about Charlton? Put him calm in your Darrow formation?
Well, as soon as I get him, it's him and Moore's the last two to get, so as soon as I've got them.
Sorry, I thought, so you've still to get them? I thought you had
Yeah.
the two, right, sorry, right, okay. That's some grind, well done.
And that is impressive, eh? And, I saw those players come out and I was like, I can do this. Then I read 100, 100, 100, 100. Like, wait, what now? No. And I do very much appreciate the fact they're actually putting it out there what the schedule's going to be, what tournaments are coming up, which modes are coming up. It's really good. I think that helps with team building and planning for. You can't get surprised by that, so that's really nice. But I was like, do I care too much about a silver player tournament? Will I be bothered by this in a month? Probably. Do I care too much? Probably not. I don't think I will do it. And to be fair, this year has been the first year because I really like the gameplay. I think this is the case. I really like the gameplay so far. So what happens to me is normally I would do, let's do the milestones. And how do you call it? The things where you get the stars. I always keep forgetting how they're called.
Moments.
Cheers. And normally I do that, gets like 60, buy that expensive pack from that, and that's my first 2 hours of foot done, and continue there, right? And that's how I sort of start grinding. Could be these silvers could be included, but I so quite like grinding the rivals currently that I just built myself one team, focusing on that one team, get it up to Div 4 as soon as I can, make sure it gets as much experience as it can with the gameplay, because also that helps, of course, with coaching. And I'm like, oh, there's actually so much to do in this game currently if you want to, that in my situation, I just have to choose which battles I should pick. And I'm afraid focusing on silver players isn't one of them. I am very much focusing on getting my hands on a Feyenoord kit, though, anytime soon. But James, that's not really possible, is it?
It certainly is not, John. Well, I thought I was one of the luckiest guys around. My first 5 gold packs, I had all 3 Celtic kits, home, away. The third one, I had the Celtic badge. I thought this is my year, but it turns out it was a bug, and I believe it was just certain kits appearing in gold packs. So I think it was mostly Celtic and Ajax, and unfortunately John and
Yeah.
Homer couldn't get their beloved Rangers or Feyenoord tops in their packs.
Yeah. So currently there are just no Feyenoord kits or Rangers kits available. I think tonight was the first night they sort of popped up, Graham, right?
Yeah, so I've seen Wimby in our Discord mentioned that he had seen Reading kits come up, and then on another forum that I'm on that's for Rangers, a bunch of the guys were tagging me saying that the Rangers kits were up. So they are out, but they're extortionate. So if you want a home Rangers kit, you're paying the maximum buy now of 5,000 for it, and the third kit and the away kit's not that cheap either. They're talking about 3-4 grand, so I'll hold off before I go and buy them.
That's kind of frustrating. People said we need compensation because they should be impacted. What do you feel about how do you feel about that, Graham?
If we get it, great, but I wouldn't be calling it for kits. If it was like a player pick or something like that, and it said, "Oh, you could get potentially an R9 or one of the elite players," and then do turn and go, "Oh, they weren't in it," I'd be raging. But I wouldn't be calling for compensation because I kind of get a kit.
Yeah. James, compensation. Should we riot or are you just happy to get your Celtic kits?
It's a non-starter. Just get over it.
Yeah, probably. It does suck though, because I always get the final kit and get things going. Luckily though, those Juventus kits are available, so that's sort of settled it. But you can't even get the final stadium. Get plenty of Ibroxes, but I can't get the Kuip, and that's also annoying. So someday soon though, we'll get it. I do have the complete team already, so that's good. Juventus and Feyenoord, both teams fully decked out now. Of course, with Juventus, it's a little bit easier when there's also the female team available. But nevertheless, for both situations, I'm ready if there ever comes a tournament, a one club tournament or something, or Eredivisie tournament. I'm definitely ready for that. And I also, it's a good team to use for the, what do you call, for the tournaments. And something else we didn't get most of the kits, but we did get, Graham, was our first goalkeeper evolution ever. It happened.
Finally fixed the code. They've been telling us for 2 years now that there was a slight issue with the coding and it would crash the game, so they had to pull it back. So last season we got the cosmetics towards the end, and now we've finally got goalkeeper one. So my Jack Butland will no longer be stuck behind as a poor gold 75 rated. He's already went through 2 so far. So
He
happy
still
days.
might be though, but it's because the evolution himself isn't that great, is it?
No, they've kept them quite minimum at the moment. Like the one tonight, 10,000 coins or 200 FIFA points for a +1 on passing. It's not even a +1 overall. It's just 1 on passing. There was the 30,000 evolution as well for the cams. None of my players were really. I'm only even evoing Rangers players, so none of them really fit it. But there was a good one in the training camp though. It was for the strikers, so a silver striker, and it went up to an 83 rated maximum, which is quite good.
Yeah. Any evolutions you focus on, James?
The silver one for the striker, I'll do a Nacho. Definitely, it was a good boost. I don't like how it jumps with like a 73 to a 83 straight away. That's a big jump for future evolutions. Do you know what I mean? The lower the cards are, it's better really for your evolutions. So apart from that, it was all right. The goalkeeper one was fine. You know, it's just I think it was just the delivery really of it was paid. Like some of the evos that only offer a little boost shouldn't really be paid because people want the power curve to be slowed down, but then want better evos and things like that and better additions. But it's still early on. But just don't make us pay for just if you're giving them a minimal upgrade like +2 for example. Or even the passing one that you mentioned, plus passing is 10k. That isn't great, but other than that, it's still early days, really. So I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah. I know the episode title is going to be early days, though. I'm fairly sure now.
Hi, the amount of times I see it. But there's going to be a counter on the top left.
Yeah, ping, 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 ping. Let's do it for the next time. I think that's a good one.
Use your sound effects, John.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of editing, so I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just suddenly realizing I should probably not focus on that. Anything else you guys want to discuss? Anything specific? Let's start with Graham. What's your first week?
Obviously,
You can
we've
see him
had a
thinking
few
now,
SBCs. So we
For a
had a few
showdown.
SBCs. For
Enticing
me,
for you?
first showdown as well. Not really enticing at all. We had the first flashback with Edin Dzeko. Didn't really entice me. We've had the foundation players. Nothing really. And then the upgrade ones haven't been amazing either. But then again, they said they were going to try and slow the curve. So
Yeah, let's discuss that a little bit. Take that topic a little bit broader, right? So they're slowing down the curve. Usually these evolutions are a must do, maybe even at the start of the game, because it helps you get going. I've not done Reece James because honestly I packed Frimpong, compared him. Like, although I like James' argument from this, you can only get this the first week. Still not going to use that card, I'm afraid. So I thought, oh, let's stay safer with my club. Because as many people know, my club management is horrific. Looking at Seiko, I think it's a really cool card. But again, I don't think it's something special. 5-star weak foot is nice though, but if it fits your team, it could be a nice 30k. I think it's reasonably priced. But should we be more critical, James, about the evolution or the SBCs we do this year, or what do you reckon?
Not in early access, John, in my opinion. I think we should judge and go on when the game's out in release. In my opinion, I think it's still okay for an early access, to be honest. And if you want the power curve to be down, then don't just keep flooding it with big players and adding on and play styles and God knows what. So I like the pace of the content at the moment.
Didn't we get like a Kevin De Bruyne last year, Graham, around this time?
I can't remember
Thought we
who
got
we
like
got
a,
this time last year.
yeah.
I'm
I
sure
think
it
we got
was.
Kevin De Bruyne really on. Yeah.
I'm sure it was. It was Kevin De Bruyne earlier on.
Yeah. So that's a big contrast into what we're getting so far, right?
And of course,
Yeah.
the player of the month as well, John, last year that we don't get now.
I got some comments I want to read. People are finding the Spotify comments nice, and they're dropping us a lot of messages. So we'll get through those in a moment. But I was, how do you say this? I was thinking there's something off for me in this game so far. In the theory about keeping keeping the power curve low, right? And maybe it's too early to like put that pointer on it. But we get squad level rewards on a Sunday, right? And those weren't that good. Pretty like as expected, they were poorer than usually than we normally get from squad level rewards. But then there's Saturday night, there are 100k packs in store next to that. James, it does feel a bit off. It does feel like you're enticing plays. We're not upping the power curve, but just spend your coins or your points there. Actually, you don't have to play that much to get far more out of that. What do you reckon about that? Am I
I would say they're
being silly there?
no, I would say two separate things in terms of the pack and how they've done with the content, and then putting the 100k packs in, and then I do agree to a certain extent with what's you're going to slow the power curve, but you're going to give the option of 100k packs right at the start. So I do see where you're coming from on that, John. And I do agree. I definitely. I hope that the rewards do get better. That's my only concern. Is the rewards that we're getting, not just squad battles but rivals as well, to possibly get that better. So I see where you're coming from.
Graham, I'm silly or are you in my camp?
No, I get where you're coming from. The rewards aren't that great in squad battles. I got Elite 2 and got nothing to shout home about at all. Although I will say is that not everybody's got the time to grind it like some of us do. So some people want to be able to fire in a couple of quid here there and get the big packs to try and boost themselves, because not everybody's going to be playing early access. So I can see why they do it. From what I've seen online, not a lot of people actually have got much good out the packs either. A few people they've got some good stuff, but I think they've tried. Obviously, they are giving everybody options, but I don't think the packs have been that great in regards to pushing the power curve out much either way. So I can see why they've done it, to give the other people that can't grind a little bit of an opportunity, but I can see everybody else's point where it's like, well, if we're keeping it, maybe try to keep it slow, why are we throwing out big packs already?
James?
I like doing the content where they're giving us upgrade packs. I can't remember that being in the first week. I like that fact, but I agree with everything that you've said, both of you. But just to add to the fact there, what do you think about that? I thought that was pretty cool. They were getting in today 83 plus, so okay, it's only one player. But yesterday we got this, is it 3 times we got the 77 plus. So I thought it was pretty cool. We're getting upgrades to start the grind. But the packs, they need to sort that out.
Yeah, upgrades are nice though. I've done a lot of those upgrades. I haven't got anything from it, and in all full transparency, I did buy that 100k pack, and that's where I got the Isaac from. So, I mean, can't really complain about that either. But I do agree that it felt a bit off. Well, but we'll see. Let us know what you think in the Spotify comments. And talking about Spotify comments, did my shout out to ask for people to drop those workout? We got a lot of people commenting. If you could also drop us a 5-star review, that'd be even more amazing, of course, because that helps us tremendously. And if you want to help us tremendously and join our community, the Patreon has been getting bigger and bigger and bigger this week. So check out patreon.com/food and review. And if you do that, you can also find some new tactics. And I'm not going to boast about my own tactics, but Graham, I like them.
They're good.
No pressure.
No, they're very good. They're similar to what I had set up, just a few tweaks, and I find I play around with both of them. And with your tactics, I think the longest a game ever went was 69 minutes before somebody left. So can't get much better than not actually being able to finish a full game with them so far.
Yeah, pretty cool. You tried them already, James?
Sorry, John. I don't get on with narrow formations. I need.
Oh, don't give everything away.
So I haven't tried.
It was built to. It was built to counter the 4-2-1-3, basically. I think it works against that. Although I've seen some 4-4-2s, and of course it's probably too weak against that. But I think that balance is definitely there. And I don't even think there's an OP formation currently here. All right. Jonathan says, and I agree with him here, the skip, that's the double tap pass on along the 18-yard box, is way too effective. I love it because I use it. But you also see how your players don't react to intercept those style of passes. Scary tool. You noticed that as well, Grim?
Depending on whereabouts in the pitch, it is deadly. But then some places it's not. It's really down to how well you handle it defensively. I'm struggling a bit because I'm using Tomori and Gabriel, and they're not the best defenders. And I'm finding Allison, when I bring him out, he doesn't seem to be good at actually catching the ball. So when it's on the ground,
very important
he seems
with goalkeepers, though.
Yeah, when it's on the ground, he seems to just push it away. There's never seem to be actual grabbing the ball. But I've seen on settings there's a goalkeeper save assist, so I've put that on tonight. So I'll see if that makes any difference for him. But I think it's largely down to if you can read where the pass is going. It's good for you as an attacking tool, but if you can really read it in the defensive sense, it could be caught out quite easily.
Yeah. Andrew says, I thought I'd be good at this game because my fundamentals were good in 25 and I was in Div 3. I know it's not that good, but I am terrible at this game. I've played about 20 Rifles games and I've got 7 points left in emotion. I am struggling though. And the cool thing about the new Spotify features is for our show that people can respond to it. So Jonathan actually replies to Andrew saying, I was playing way too quickly. I'm now in Div 2. And I used the full 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2 on 91 depth. Okay, then. The best UI addition they added was the chart that gives you insight on how balanced your team is. Super clutch. Go check that out. And thank you for keeping those discussion going in Spotify comments. I think that's actually pretty cool features we've now added. And of course, don't compare yourself and don't worry about performing just too much right now. It's fun when it does click, but don't worry. It's been a couple of days. You'll be fine. And that's what I said. It's still early days. So even I'm saying it, James. I actually put that in the comments. But now definitely has to be the podcast title. You'll be fine. And don't forget that matchmaking is still a bit skewed currently. And I think that's definitely something that is, not to be forgotten. You have no idea who you're playing in Div 7, Div 6. Could be a pro, could be me even. So you never know. And you're better off facing me than a pro, I reckon.
Could be a pro player,
James.
John, or a toe player. Who knows, eh?
Oh, that's the title for the next show, I suppose. We have 2 questions sent in by John K to finish off the show. I ask the first one to James. James, should we have non-food items as ladder rewards in foot? The clubs or career rewards. Level 4 has no Ultimate Team rewards at all for grinding Ultimate Team.
Yeah, I feel it should be separate or everything. If you play career mode, then you should be able to get Ultimate Team, which I believe he's alluded to that can't happen. So yeah, I would like it separate, to be honest. And I think like the first 4 or 5 levels is mostly things for clubs and things like that in the season pass. I want it to be separate. If I'm playing a game mode and I want the rewards to be that game mode that I'm playing and putting my time into.
Aye. Okay. Next question from John is for you, Graham. He says, was it worth spending £30 more for the Ultimate Edition? When I missed the icon, so basically I got early access, so did other players through EA Play or the trial and some FP? I think I know the answer. What's your answer there?
It's a bit sucks that you don't get the icon. I get why they've done it to try and drive sales, but it should be for me. It should be an opportunity for everybody to get it. There shouldn't be a deadline. Is it worth it? For me, it is, but then it's down to every individual, whether they feel. I think.
James, is it worth it? Yes or no? Getting early access.
Down to an individual. You don't get the icon, but you still get the game, don't you? You get to play it. So it's really up to the person how they value getting the game a week early and paying extra, or they don't.
Yeah, fair enough. I think if I've calculated it somewhere that if you play this game for the whole year, you write it off in a full year, and you start on day -7, like this situation, I think it's about 27 cents a day you basically pay for playing. And the first week is like a €30 or £30 write-off then. I think that's sort of the difference. And for me, it's worth it. But hey, we make a living doing this, I suppose. So we got to do it, James. There's no doubt there. And the other thing is, of course, it does help tremendously, I think, when you pack a good player or you figure you can definitely get a head start gameplay-wise and well in the first week. And when everyone else settles in. And there's one big advantage, I think, from when you start early, which I don't see mentioned too much. But everyone's skipping replays. Everyone playing decently in Rush. The kids aren't around yet. They were still waiting for the parents to give them the normal edition this Friday. So the toxicity might start after this weekend. But this is the first week where I've not seen anyone quit in Rush, where I've played some decent Rush matches, where my opponent doesn't watch replays. No funky messages sent yet. So I think that alone for 1 week is worth the £30 for me, James.
Fair enough, John.
I'm not insulting the kids here. I just this was a joke, just putting it out there before I get some bad messages on my socials once again. This was a joke. But yeah, I've not had any messages. I did forget to turn off messages though, because of course I played on Xbox where I have it on friends only. I did not do that on PlayStation. And the first day with Rush, I did get a lot of messages. But yeah, James, question for you. You said there are some new chat possibilities in Rush with the D-pad buttons, right?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
There's a lot of people saying they don't have the option. Can you turn it on or off somewhere?
It was default for me. It's just on the D-pad where left, you press left, up, right, and down, and it gives you. You'll have 4 different options. So it was just default for me, John. As soon as I played Rush, that was the options. It's just on the D-pad. You don't need to hold anything in or anything. Just simply press the D-pad down, left, right, up or down. Well, I think you would hold it in like the left and hold in right, and then the options appear. So that's
Quinn,
very strange
do
that
you have that?
they didn't get that, the communication wheel.
It was default for me as well. I've not looked in the settings to see if there was an option.
I'm just checking because it's not on for me either.
It's not on for you either on Rush.
No,
But when you
no.
press the D-pad left or right,
Yes,
and there's...
yeah. My D-pad isn't broken, but it definitely isn't. There's nothing there.
Strange. I wonder if there is a setting then.
Something to figure out for the next show, though.
Must be
Now
another,
I'm curious.
another bug.
I've never tried it before. I was like, oh, there's actually there, and people send it. It's not there. Like checking now, but it's not there. No, so
Well,
no
just,
idea
just
what
to
it
be
is.
clear to the person that asked the question, I'm not making it up. I did see the communication there.
Screenshots next time or
Yeah, that's what I'll do, John.
It's definitely there
No,
because
no.
I was using it.
Thank
Yeah, no, I like the tip, but I did not actually mention it myself. And now I get the questions sent, and I'm like, okay, good question. And then I check out for myself, and I'm like, I don't have it either. So no idea. Maybe it's another one of those bugs, or maybe it's because, well, I didn't have an official account, something yet. Because can I end the show on one little rant, maybe?
Go away.
Hi. So Friday we talked about the fact I hadn't had market access because I had to do those objectives, right?
Mhm.
An hour after I edited the show and published the show, I had gained market access, I thought, because I finished all the objectives. But actually, that does not give you market access, guys. You have to wait 24 hours on PlayStation and Xbox and 48 hours on PC after completing the objectives before you can actually enter the transfer market. So you clear those objectives, takes you a day. Then you either have to wait another day or even 2 days if you're on PC to be able to access the transfer market. And here comes the kicker, even. I get access on my console. I go into my web app and it says, you don't have access to your transfer market yet. And it took me until today. So that's 3 days after I unlocked access on my console that I got web access. While on my other Xbox account, which is in the same EA ID, I can do everything on my Xbox console, and I didn't even buy the game on Xbox yet. Or maybe I won't. So I still find that a bit weird. It took a little bit longer than I hoped for. But I definitely think it will slow the bots down because it's actually slowed me down quite tremendously. Hashtag end trend. But just putting it out there. It's a little bit different.
That's terrible, John, for yourself, mate.
It's all right. I'll survive, and I had some good packs now. I make up for it. And my team's not the worst either. So I'm not going to actually complain about it. But I found it so extreme on the other side than ever before. Like one day of work, wait another day, wait another 3 days before you get access on your phone. And especially the access on the phone or the web app is sort of crucial because it is extremely aggravating to set a price on a player with your controller. This player is worth 13,000. You go first to the L1, max it out, go back, plus, 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 press the wrong button because hey, it's a new console for me. So I applied it. I press the wrong button sometimes. And then it's like, okay, now one player is actually put on the market. Next, please go on FootBin or FootGG, check out the price, try to manually put that in with the controller. It was a crime. Now, when you can just open 2 browsers, FootBin on the other side, the web browser on the other side, you can actually type in numbers. It's such a relief to them and selling like crazy. It's like, oh, this is actually so much easier. I wish I could do that 5 days ago. Oh, anyways, it probably will help with some bots, I suppose. On that note, I'd like to thank you both for doing this extensive show on a late Tuesday night. You have a great weekend so far. Good luck on your rewards on Thursday when everyone listening to this podcast. Again, drop us your comment on YouTube. That is youtube.com food and review. Drop us your comments on socials, food and review everywhere, and food and review podcast on TikTok. And of course, keep dropping those comments and leave us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts because it means the world. And that leaves us with just one thing left to do. And that is for us to drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
U
T.
U
T.
U
T.
U T
T.
T in you. U
T.